Mama's hand. What? What do you want me to do? Place your hands over your baby and say, hold Mama's hand. Hold Mama's hand. I witnessed this scene in a Brooklyn, New York pregnancy care center. A mother had chosen life for her child and held her 8-week-old baby's hand for the first time.
What does a developing human look like? 4 weeks after fertilization, a human being has developing eyes, limbs, and a working circulatory system, complete with a beating heart. Between fertilization and birth, the heart beats approximately 54 million times. 9 weeks from fertilization, a human being has every organ system in place, and brainwave activity has been detectable for 3 weeks. The pre-delivered baby will bend his or her hip and knee if the sole of their foot is touched, and is able to sense slight touch on his or her face and hands. Peristalsis begins in the small intestine at 9 weeks from fertilization. At 17 weeks, the activity in the cerebral cortex is detectable. At 36 weeks, the baby is ready to be born and live outside the womb. What is the medical procedure? Abortion. It is a surgical procedure that consists of the termination of a pregnancy after, accompanied by, or closely followed by the death of the embryo or fetus, especially the medical procedure of inducing expulsion of a human fetus to terminate a pregnancy. Abortion procedures include dilation and curettage, an early-term procedure performed on women with pre-delivered children up to 12 weeks developed. Dilation and evacuation, a late-term procedure performed on women with pre-delivered children who are from 13 to 36 weeks developed. And pill-induced medication procedures, which are available for women with pre-delivered children less than 12 weeks developed. There is a consensus in the medical community that an abortion ends the life of a distinct, individual human being. So, why do women seek abortions? According to the Guttmacher Institute, the percentage distribution of women having an abortion by their most important reason for seeking the abortion are 25% say they are not ready for a or another child, 23% say they cannot afford a baby now, 19% say their children are grown and their childbearing is complete, 8% do not want to be single mothers, 7% do not feel mature enough to raise a child, 4% say the child would interfere with their education and career plans, 4% seek an abortion due to physical problems with their health, 3% seek an abortion due to possible problems affecting the health of the child, and less than 0.5% were victims of rape. These statistics indicate that 93% of abortions are performed on healthy women with healthy babies. Are the reasons that women seek abortion in the United States morally right? Ethically, how should we consider abortion? Should we permit abortion only in certain cases, such as rape?
Well, I was adopted, and I learned at 18 that I was conceived when my birth mother was abducted by a serial rapist. And she wanted to meet me. We had a beautiful reunion, but when I asked her about abortion, she told me she went to 2 back alley abortionists, and I was almost aborted. The fact that it was illegal caused her to back out. And I know people say, well, I'm not saying I think she should have aborted you. I'm just saying I think it should have been her choice. But her choice was to abort me. And she did not choose life for me. She chose abortion. But pro-life advocates chose life for me. And they're my heroes. That's why I'm sitting here with you today.
Should personhood be granted after a specific milestone of development, such as brainwaves or viability? In the case where the pregnancy presents harm to the mother, does her right not to be imperiled supersede the child's right to be born? Does society have a responsibility to care for unsupported mothers in order to encourage their pregnancy and lives? The ethics of abortion have been debated for many decades. With the advent of ultrasound technologies, we have been able to witness human development as never before. With this witness, we must consider abortion in terms of those it affects. We must support expectant mothers and their children. We must be able to speak for those who exist, but do not yet have voices to speak for themselves.